Welcome back. Let's continue with our top story for today. And of course, these are the sentiments coming out from the police minister calling on for a multidisciplinary effort that will be conducted to ensure that they help those illegal miners who are trapped at the Stilfontein mine. And for more on this, we're now joined by Christopher Rutledge, who is the executive director for MACUA-WAMUA. And he joins us now via our video link. Christopher, thank you so much for your time this evening. Maybe let's start off with your response from what we've seen from the minister, saying that, of course, they will now be assisting where they can when it comes to bringing back to the surface those illegal miners at Stilfontein.
Indeed. Thank you very much. Yes, we are very pleased that common sense has prevailed, that we have, I think, emerged from the brink of what would have been a Marikana on steroids, triple Marikana. And so we're very glad that the minister and the government have seen the sense that we are a constitutionally based democracy, and that ultimately the right to life is sacrosanct, and not even the minister or the minister in the presidency or anybody else has the right to take that away from anybody. So we welcome this change of heart, and we hope now that we can move forward. We are still very much concerned that the miners have still not got any food and water. We have asked the minister and the team. We are part of the team that are planning the rescue. And so we have asked them to please prioritize water and food, but that has still not happened. So, that's the only bit of a disappointing approach, is that there doesn't seem to be an urgency to get these miners out. And the reports that we are getting is that the miners that are left behind are very weak. They can hardly, walk, let alone climb up these very steep inclines. And so we are urging the minister and the team to urgently get food and water to them.
And of course, regardless of, some calling this criminality, and I use even some of the words being used by the minister, saying that these are criminals who are underground, and, even earlier on when they had refused to assist them. Would you say that in this regard, human life needs to be prioritized regardless of the actions here?
Well, firstly, I think that we must come back to the rule of law. These miners, and there's the truth, and I think the minister and the police in the meeting today and in the press conference afterwards kind of did not address this thing, and the media asked them, what has happened to those who have been arrested? Now, what the minister didn't say is that there's absolutely nothing that they can do to these people that they are arresting, because the only thing that they can be charged with is trespassing. And one of the reasons why these miners are stuck underground is because the police have insisted that they exit via the Kuma shaft. The Kuma shaft is owned by a mine, so if the miners come out of that shaft, they can be arrested for trespassing. The miners have historically, and they wanted to exit by other shaft, shaft 3, which is an ownerless and derelict mine. So if they exit via that shaft, they cannot be arrested for trespassing. But then, even if they are arrested for trespassing, it's a minor infringement. It is a misdemeanor. It is not something that you can call for the death penalty on. And I think that is where this whole debate has gone missing. And it's been spurred by the police and the Department of Mineral Resources in the way that they have characterized artisanal miners. The fact of the matter is our law does not allow them to prosecute these miners, because our law currently does not deal with artisanal mining. And it's, for that reason that we are very concerned by the characterization, and especially the words used by the minister in the presidency, because what we are dealing with here, according to the law, is a misdemeanor.
And would you say perhaps the change of heart is, government's efforts to try and ensure that we don't see as many dead bodies coming out from, this mine shaft, particularly to the fact that you pointing out that this could be another Marikana?
Indeed. So we are watching that very closely. We know that there is currently one confirmed death. And we are very concerned. Like I say, reports that we've got is that there are more bodies down below. And so we're very concerned, and we are watching it very closely because, this is it's an egregious dereliction of duty. It's an egregious violation of our of constitutional rights of human beings. And it sets a terribly bad precedent for the way that we deal with poor people who are looking to earn a living. So we're watching it with a close eye. Our team is with the miners at the moment, and we will be trying to get more information on that as soon as we can.
And what lessons can be learned in this regard when it comes to illegal mining and how it should be dealt with as a country? I mean, speaking to NUM earlier, calling on for the artisanal mining in the country to be legalized. What lessons can we learn from this to ensure that this sort of mining is regulated in our country?
Yeah. Well, I think the main lesson, and we have been busy with this for years now. And the main lesson that we hope the government learns from this is that they do not have all the answers, that they need to listen to people, they need to listen to communities, and they need to understand that communities are going to find a way to put food on the table, whether the government wants them to or not. So it's critically important. We have put proposals on the table with the Department of Mineral Resources to say, in terms of how we can manage and regulate the sector. And we hope that they take this seriously. Our experience is that government doesn't listen to people. They only listen to themselves and to their closest allies, which are often big business. So we're hoping that this is going to be a turning point in the way that government deals with mining legislation. We know that government is planning to put in amendments to the cabinet very soon. We've made submissions on Thursday. We delivered a dossier of inputs which we gathered not only from hundreds, thousands of communities, but also from civil society more broadly, including the National Association of Artisanal Miners. And so we've made concrete proposals. We've taken the time, the effort to help government to find solutions. The only question that remains is whether they will listen.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Christopher. That is Christopher Rutledge, Executive Director for MACUA-WAMUA, talking to us there about the issue at Stilfontein mine, of course, trying to help those illegal miners to resurface from that mine shaft.